Dr. Kyle Harner from Carolina Arthritis Center. Living with arthritis or joint pain doesn't have to limit your life. At Carolina Arthritis Center in Greenville, we're Eastern North Carolina's only private, single specialty rheumatology clinic dedicated exclusively to your joint health. Our experienced team offers comprehensive care all under one roof. From consultations and joint injections to on site laboratory, x ray, bone density testing, and our specialized infusion suite. No more running around to multiple locations for your arthritis evaluation. When you need expert rheumatology care, choose the specialist who focus solely on conditions like yours every single day. Carolina Arthritis Center, where your mobility and comfort are our main priority. Call 252-321-8474 or visit carolina-arthritis.com to schedule your consultation today. Again, that number is 252-321-8474. Carolina Arthritis Center, where your journey to health begins.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Pitt County. Good morning, West Africa. Good morning, South Africa. Good morning, the rest of the world. You're tuned into Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio 107.5 FM and 1570 AM. WECU. As always, I'm your favorite voice on the mic, Victor, and this is the show where culture, community, and conversations come together every morning. And I'm not alone. I have my half annoying, half amazing co-hosts, AY and Patrick. What's up, fellas? How you guys feeling this
morning, Pitt County. We are so happy to be. The thing is, one of these days we're probably going to run a poll.
Okay.
Their favorite voice.
Yeah.
Because you're always claiming
my enemies.
Yes.
My enemies are against me.
That's a good thing. Yeah, we should run a
Good
poll. I
morning,
think that's a great idea.
We're happy to be here again. We are always happy to be here. And we're glad that you're joining us for another wonderful episode of your favorite Saturday morning show, Paid Perspectives. And today is going to be an awesome show. And we are ready to give you all the sweetness and the deliciousness of today's show. Patrick,
Yeah.
One to the two to the three.
Oh my God. You see, he can't stay out of. He
Bro.
always has to come into. Let me do my thing.
Oh, yeah, do your thing.
Yes, let me do my thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my thing
Deputy
brief. Yeah, let me do my thing.
Yeah,
Anyways,
man them. Do your thing, yeah.
Anyways, good morning. Welcome to Pit Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Once again, it's amazing Saturday morning. It's amazing to be in studio, right?
yeah.
Why? You Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for the fans out there. Welcome again to the 1, the 2, the 3, the Awesome Radio.
Bro.
And it's amazing, right?
You need to see yourself doing that.
Yeah.
That's actually nice. I like
Yeah?
it.
Yeah.
You think so, guys? You know how I was jokingly telling you guys, like, y'all, because of how much moving y'all have done, y'all should open like a moving company, Amigos LLC. See, it looks like, or is it God or the universe heard about it? And you guys have been moving a lot of stuff lately. What do you guys? And you guys, I heard you guys have something to move tomorrow.
one is-
You didn't hear anything.
I don't understand.
You were there.
I don't understand
You were moving stuff.
the idea of you guys. Like you would have said we.
Yes.
Because
You are part of it. What are you?
Bro, don't rope me into what you guys are doing.
oh dear.
Yes, so guys, we're still here on Awesome Radio. It's still Pitt Perspectives, and you know how we do it. Get ready for an amazing session today with us.
Yeah.
But first, let's jump into our top community news recap presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. What do we have, guys?
All right. I have the first news here this morning, and it says first whale-sized storage tank arrives at GUC facility to boost natural gas reserves.
Yes, a massive 116-foot liquefied natural gas LNG tank, larger than a blue whale, was delivered to Greenville Utilities Commission over the weekend after a slow 3-day journey from the railroad tracks near Green Street to GUC's LNG facility on Old Pactolus Road. A second identical tank will be delivered soon once a permit is secured. Each tank can store over 70,000 gallons of LNG and will help Greenville Utilities Commission increase its total storage by 34,000 decatherms, enough to power Greenville for nearly a day during peak summer use. Built in Minnesota and shipped by rail, the tanks cost nearly $4.9 million. Wow. And are part of a $14.8 million project first discussed in 2015. The tank will help GUC reduce costs by storing fuel for high demand times rather than buying it at peak market prices. The tanks are expected to be operational by November 2025.
Yeah, moving on. I don't think if this is good news. Pitt Community College announces it will no longer offer federal student loans starting fall 2025.
Yes, starting in fall 2025, Pitt Community College will no longer offer federal student loans. We will continue with that piece of news when we get back after the break. We're still here on Awesome Radio Network. Don't touch that dial. See you on the other side.
We'll see you soon.
You're listening to Awesome Radio, WECU 107.5 FM, 1570 AM. Christian media with the spirit of excellence.
I'm Dr. Kyle Horner from Carolina Arthritis Center. Living with arthritis or joint pain doesn't have to limit your life. At Carolina Arthritis Center in Greenville, we're Eastern North Carolina's only private, single specialty rheumatology clinic dedicated exclusively to your joint health. Our experienced team offers comprehensive care all under one roof. From consultations and joint injections to on-site laboratory, x-ray, bone density testing, and our specialized infusion suite. No more running around to multiple locations for your arthritis evaluation. When you need expert rheumatology care, choose the specialist who focus solely on conditions like yours every single day. Carolina Arthritis Center, where your mobility and comfort are our main priority. Call 252-321-8474 or visit carolina-arthritis.com to schedule your consultation today. Again, that number is 252-321-8474. Carolina Arthritis Center.
Where your journey to health begins.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're still live on Awesome Radio Network, and it's still your favorite weekend trio, Pitt Perspectives on Awesome Radio. Just before we went on that break, we were bringing you the top community news recap presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. Yes, starting in fall 2025, Pitt Community College will no longer offer federal student loans. PCC joins most of North Carolina's community colleges in dropping the program, citing concerns about long-term student debt and a desire to offer affordable education without unnecessary borrowing. PCC will still offer other forms of financial aids, including grants, scholarships, work-study jobs, tuition payment plans, and private scholarships. Students can still apply for private loans, but PCC recommends using them only after exploring other options. The college's financial aid team will help students find alternative ways to pay for school. Let's go.
All right. The next news here says summer camps bring joy and healing for pediatric patients with cancer and sickle cell disease.
Yes, children with serious medical conditions like cancer and sickle cell disease got a break from hospital visits and treatments at Camp Rainbow and Camp Hope, held in June at the refuge near Aden. The camp provides a safe, fun environment with activities like fishing, hiking, swimming, and arts, all supported by doctors and nurses on site to ensure kids receive their medications and care. Camp staff and volunteers, many of whom are former campers, work closely with children to help them enjoy new experiences and overcome fears. Camp director Tamika Maki said the goal is to let kids simply be kids. The camp has become a cherished tradition for families and continues to grow thanks to a dedicated team of and a new closer location just 14 miles from the hospital. Guys, you remember the camp we went
Yes,
to? Yeah,
yes.
that's so I
Yeah.
think it was 2 Sundays ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
we
was.
were at Camp Refuge to do some music for the kids. I think it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but it was hot and humid. Like it was,
Yeah, it is
and then
very.
there were the bugs too. I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
summer bugs or something. But I mean, all in all, it was an amazing experience. Shout out to Dr. Ben Fu. Shout out to Bro Augustine Onge, and the wife, Dr. Hostensia. They helped bring us, there, and it was amazing to watch these doctors and nurses serve and just give these kids a break from hospital visits and all. Amazing, amazing stuff. Yes, let's go. What else do we have?
Yeah, we have Bethel Shepherd Memorial Library reopens with longer hours and new children's programs.
Yes, the Margaret Little Blount Memorial Library in Bethel has officially reopened with expanded hours and upgraded facilities. Located in a former train depot, the Shepherd Memorial Library branch will now be open 5 days a week instead of three, making it easier for residents in northern Pitt County to access books, Wi Fi, and family programming. The library now features updated restrooms, new carpet and paints, and new areas for children and teens. Librarian Erin Rees will offer story times and activities for babies, homeschoolers, and young readers. Longtime patrons say the library is a beloved local treasure that fosters a love for reading and provides easy access for seniors and families alike. Yes.
Alrighty. The next news says school suspensions in Pitt County drop for the second year, but leaders say fighting and profanity remain concerns.
Yes, Pitt County schools reported fewer suspensions for the second year in a row, with over 500 fewer out of school suspensions and nearly the same drop in school suspensions. Officials credit strategies like restorative practices and alternatives to suspensions, but school board members remain concerned about persistent issues like fighting, profanity, and bullying. The number of students referred to outside disciplinary programs also dropped sharply, largely due to the expiration of federal COVID relief funds. Superintendent Steve Lassiter said schools must address root causes of behavior, not just punish students. Discussions also touched on parental involvement, equity concerns, and how the district's upcoming strategic plan will handle discipline goals.
Yeah, this reminds me of our spring fling from 2 years back.
Okay,
where we
yeah.
went to
Building Hope. Yeah,
One
shout
of
out
the
to
things we were
Building Hope.
told was that
Yeah.
children who were on suspension,
Yeah.
suspension actually come there to
Yeah.
serve their
And-
suspension, which I felt was a very
I
good
think
thing.
that's actually a cool model.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of difficulties in sort of applying that model in some other parts of the world. But I think it's a really cool thing.
I think it's actually a very good,
Yeah, it's a
good
good
idea.
model,
yeah.
because it's a control. So it's not just suspension and being
Okay.
absent from school.
Right.
It's now controlled,
Right.
disciplined,
Right.
learning.
Right.
So instead of taking them off,
You
we are
put the time
deliberately
to
putting
good use.
putting
Yeah,
that
I
time
see
to
what you
good
mean.
use. So I think
Yeah.
it's
So what I mean about some of the challenges is, they do that in partnership with the school districts.
yes.
So it's not like it's its own thing. They work. So
Definitely,
right, and with the records, it shows on the kids' records that
Yeah.
they've been here, they've done this, and then they make progress. Which I don't think. Again, it's easy to. I can see a lot of challenges in other parts of the world. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, hey, never say never, right? All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Moving on, we have Pitt County Schools celebrate the class of 2025 with nearly 1,900 students graduating with over $18 million in scholarship offers.
Yes, Pitt County Schools celebrated 1,884 graduates in the class of 2025. Of these, 1,454 plan to continue their education, with 404 earning scholarships totaling over $18 million in offers. Notable scholarship winners include recipients of ECU's Brinkley Lane Scholarship, NC State's Spark Scholar, Davidson's Belk Scholar, and the Robertson Scholar shared by Duke and UNC Chapel Hill. The graduating class also includes 292 students going directly into the workforce, 82 planning to join the military, and 114 health sciences academy graduates, most of whom are pursuing healthcare careers. About 22% were North Carolina scholars, and over 500 were student athletes. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
Yes. So the next news here says
Yeah, G-U-S-C, G-U-S-C. When the bucks
knew you were
go
going to-
marching
going to be
on,
excited
when
about
the
this one.
bucks go marching in, oh Lord, I want to be in Greenville. When the bucks go marching in. Yeah, let's go, Bucks.
Please don't traumatize our audience.
Oh,
Patrick.
I hope you guys are still. Are we good?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
good. Yeah, they
we're
should
good.
come on tonight, man.
Yeah.
Let's have the news says Greenville United FC returns home against Burlington United FC with bounce houses, food, and family fun.
Yes, Greenville United FC returns home this weekend to face Burlington United FC after 3 straight away games. The Bucks hope to bounce back and build momentum as the second half of the season goes underway. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. at John Paul II Catholic High School Stadium. That's off of 14th Street. Fans can enjoy more than just soccer with food, drinks, bounce houses, and fun for the whole family. The match promises to be a great outing for the community. Yes, guys, y'all should come out, man. It's
Yeah,
going to
and
be amazing.
Yeah, the good thing about it is the whole crew of Pitt
Yeah,
perspectives will
yeah,
actually
we'll-
be there today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be
So.
there. I mean, I hope you guys don't jinx it. I know you guys
I mean,
always
we're going to
say,
be present, so we're
Yeah.
going to win.
So winning definitely.
Yeah, we're
yeah,
winning.
so
definitely.
the guys have these delusions of grandeur. They have these delusions that every time they are at the game, we win, which I
Yeah.
don't mind, but I honestly do not think it's the reason we win.
We are going to win because we are there. If we
Yeah.
don't show up, this, I mean,
Well, if
We are
it makes
good.
you if it makes you both sleep better at night, hey, why not? Yes.
Yeah, moving
guy.
on. We then have that was our pick.
I think we need to go on this break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're live on Awesome Radio Network.
Yeah.
See you after the break.
Yeah.
I am Miss Mary Cox. I'm Killer Thigpen's mother from Awesome Radio.
Awesome Radio Network. Network.org, click on the WECU logo. There you will find the full details of this program, the youth application, and the parent consent form. This is an opportunity for the youth to be introduced to a possible new career, broadcast radio. The show, Youth Huddle, will be hosted by teen mentor and 4-H leader, Miss Nada Manning, and Awesome Radio WECU radio personality. Free lunch after each show provided by local sandwich shops. Free transportation for participating youth provided by Courtesy Transportation LLC and Emmaus Travels LLC. Future radio broadcast professionals ages 13 to 18. Express your personality on live radio. Awesome Radio. WECU 107.5 FM and 1570 AM. Full details can be found on our website along with the youth application form and the parent consent form. AwesomeRadioNetwork.org. Click on the WECU logo. Contact us at 252-756-3137. That's 252-756-3137. Radio Broadcast Academy, a summer pilot program for youth ages 13 to 18. Presented by Awesome Radio Network, WECU.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're still here live on Awesome Radio Network, and it's still Pete Perspectives. I'm still myself, Victor, with my two amigos, Moving LLC. Yes, guys, that was all we have on the top community news recap presented by Carolina Arthritis Center. Now, moving on. Today on Pit Perspectives, we're diving into how climate change is reshaping our lives, whether right here in Pitt County or across the globe, from rising summer heat to unpredictable seasons. It's clear that something is shifting, guys. It's been hot this week, right?
It's been very hot. Very, very hot.
It's
I
very,
think the
very
highest it
hot.
went was like 101.
Really?
In
Yeah, degrees
fact,
Celsius.
I got a notification on, I think it was on Monday,
Okay.
that Tuesday was going to be like the hottest day in 9 years.
In 9, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
yeah. So this is the point, guys, where you can call in and share with us how the seasons has been, like whether you've been around here or even if you're listening to us from West Africa or South Africa or wherever else in the world. We would like to hear from you. How has the seasons changed, where you are at? And if you're here in Pitt County, would also like to hear your crazy story about the season. It could be anything. It could be, so with seasons, it's either way. It
Yeah.
could be like in this case, like such intensity in the sun. And in some other ways, it could be, a lot of rain too.
Yeah.
So it's not any one thing. So we'd like to hear from you. Our studio lines are open right now. It's 252-756-2008. 252-756-2008. Yes, would like to hear from you. Yeah, go on, AY.
Yes, so I mean, the notification was like it was going to be like the hottest day in 9 years.
Wow.
And I'm
Wow.
like, whoa. And that was on Monday. So
Wow.
it was, and Monday was already hot itself. And I was
Yeah.
like, tomorrow is going to be hotter.
Yeah, I
than-
think
it's going to
Monday,
be hotter than
Tuesday,
this.
Wednesday, we are like,
It was really.
super,
I mean, we
super
thank
hot.
God we had rains. I think yesterday.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, I think we had rains twice
Yeah.
this week, which
I mean, I've
Kinda.
always heard how North Carolina weather is bipolar or something. It's hot today and it's
Cold.
cold tomorrow, and
there are even
Everything
memes
in
of it
between,
online
Oh,
actually.
yeah?
Because I checked online. I saw like there was this meme where somebody was lying down and half of his body was in snow.
oh, half
And he had to wear
Yeah,
and the
that's
other
too.
half was
That's too. You talk about the snow too. I mean, it's
It
also
was
a
so
function
funny.
of like the climate. You know how it was a big deal. I think earlier in the year we had like 2 days of snow.
it was it two? I think it was more than
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was more
Yeah, it
than
was more
that.
than
And it was like snow back to back in
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah.
So,
And which was strange too, because if you asked anyone else, like if it snowed here, they would have to think, the last time it snowed
yeah,
was
that was
Yeah.
the first
7
time in
years
4
ago or
years.
4
yeah.
years
No,
ago or
the last
something,
time
you know.
was I think 2021 or 2022.
4 years. I said
yeah.
4 years. So
Before,
Time
yeah.
flies. Time flies. too.
2019.
No, no,
I don't think.
it wasn't 2019. It was either 21 or 22.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, and
Man.
even though I wasn't here then, I mean,
I mean, it's amazing
Well, yeah,
too.
I know.
We're talking about culture and climate, and I think there is also like a lot of culture around, climate, especially in a lot of places around the world. I remember also earlier in the year we brought a news about how farmers in Pitt County were complaining of drought. And these things affect. I mean, so North Carolina is big, sort of big, in agriculture.
Yeah.
And all that. So a lot of
Oh,
them.
I think
we
we
have.
have
I
a
think we have a caller
caller.
on the line. Good morning. You are live on Awesome Radio Network. Good morning.
Good morning, the preacher's kid.
Oh, wow.
Good morning, Patrick. Good morning, AY. Good morning, everybody. Good
Yeah. Who do we have on the line?
Oh, this is your one and only Onyemeyo.
Onyemeyo International. How you doing, my friend?
Bro, I'm good. I'm just eating my chicken salad.
Oh,
my
wow.
chips,
And you're
Just
sounding
enjoying
very,
myself
you're
this
sounding
morning.
very happy this morning.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sounding very happy, of course. I'm so happy. I'm always happy.
Wow, that's amazing. It's good to hear you
Yeah.
sound very happy this early in the morning. That's amazing. Yes, on your mayor, we are talking about
Yeah.
climate and culture, and how the seasons are changing, and we are wondering if if you've noticed any changes in the season, either here in Pitt County, or if I remember correctly, you came to Pitt County via England. If you have any stories from England, or at work, how has the seasons, the changes affected you, and
Oh,
any of those things?
well, it's so interesting because I never knew I can have maybe, I don't know how to put it, but it's just a surprising thing to me that I can see the weather maybe 7 o'clock p.m., 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
The day is still bright,
Oh
not
yeah.
dark. Because where I come from, to 6, 7 o'clock, everywhere is dark.
Right, right.
But changing location, changing country, I now notice that even at 7, at 8, and at 9, the
Right.
weather is still so bright and
Oh
even
wow.
hot.
Hmm.
Understand?
Yeah, the heat.
So it's just like something so surprising to me, but it's not that surprising because I know that I have changed location.
I can
Like
imagine.
now, I work in a construction,
Oh yeah.
but we start work at early as maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock to
Five
get off
5:30
around. Yeah,
a.m.
sure. Mhm.
Wow, Patrick, that's not
Because
the kind of job you can do.
because of the weather, because that's your topic this morning, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
So that's what weather can do. That's what you know.
Wow. Let me ask you.
So
Let me ask you this though. How
yeah, sure.
has I mean, working in construction, you guys, I imagine, would have to be outside a lot.
Yeah, that's a very nice question because like people that work inside, they don't know what people that are working outside what they are passing through. Understand?
Right, right.
Construction, construction is like no. For you to be in construction, you have to fall in love with it. You have to like what you're doing because if not, you can't
Interesting.
cope with this weather.
Right.
So you cannot.
So
Because the
how you
weather is
guys
so
dealing
so
with the
fucking
heat
hot.
in walking outside? How
Uh,
how's that been?
the heat is too much,
Hmm.
but it's your body that will tell you how hot the weather is because you kept on drinking water,
Right,
water,
right.
water, for you to be okay, understand? And around that time, 2 o'clock, 2:30,
Uh-huh.
you would have lost a whole energy.
Wow.
So you won't have the strength anymore. That's when you know that the weather is affecting what you're doing. The weather is affecting you,
Right.
real affecting you. Yeah, sure. That's it.
Wow. That's interesting, man. I can't imagine working in this heat outside and doing strong construction work. And you said you have to get up by start work by 5:30 or 6 a.m.
I have to start sometimes 5:30, sometimes 6 o'clock, but I do wake up on time. I do wake up around 4:30,
Wow.
prepare myself, take my shower, prepare my food.
Wow.
Then I have to get off work because of
Wow.
the weather. But
That's not.
when maybe during winter,
Mm-hmm.
we'll start by 7 o'clock because by
Oh,
that time
okay.
the weather is not that hot.
Right, right, right. So I guess you enjoy the work you do, right?
Yeah, sure. I can't complain because you need to. I can't. I
Right.
enjoy it. Yeah, sure. I do.
So I think it helps. I'd imagine it helps with the heat and all the other things that come with it too.
Man, whatever you see is what you see, so you have to take it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the job. It's part of
That's
construction.
amazing, man. Hey, Onyemeyo, thank you so much for always sharing your story with us. It's amazing always hearing from you. And we love hearing from you. We love hearing your stories, and we hope you continue listening and continue sharing your story with us. Okay, Onyemeyo. One time for
All right,
Onyemeyo.
sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
take care. Have a good
Yes,
one.
sir. Have a
You
good
too.
one, brother.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Someone waking up at 4:30. Wow. Patrick, I'm sure that's not for you.
That's good though.
Yeah, I mean it's true. When I come from my night, like when I clock out in the morning, I do see them. So yeah, like,
Yes, guys, we're still here on Awesome Radio Network, and we're about to go on a break, a quick break. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back. See you soon. Yep.
Hello, my name is Daniel out of Greenville. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio 107.5 FM, 1570 AM, WECU.
From the Pacific Justice Institute, this is The Legal Edge, defending your rights.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. We're still live here on Awesome Radio. I think we have a caller on the line.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. You're live on Awesome Radio Network, and it's Speak Perspectives. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, Pitt Perspective?
Yeah, we're good. Good morning. Who do we have on the line?
This is Baba Tunde with.
Yeah. Aye. Yeah, good morning, Baba Tunde. How are you feeling this morning?
Man, I'm feeling too good, man. The summertime is warm, you know. It's the peak of the summer, you know. I don't know if you knew, but this is the highest the sun is going to get, so we got to celebrate, man, you know.
Yeah.
Long days.
That's amazing. That's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. Yes, we're talking about culture and climates and, you know, how that affects our lives in very different ways too. And, you know, if you've been listening, we are asking, you know, how has, you know, the climate, you know, and, you know, all of that, how has it affected you? You know, have you seen any changes in the seasons? You know, what's your story around, you know, what you're experiencing, you know, as it pertains with culture and climate and all of that?
Well, I definitely think it's very interesting to see how people like to spend their free time and their, you know, their socialization time. Like, I'm here now back in Greenville.
Oh, okay.
I talked to you guys when I was in Baltimore. In the Baltimore
Yes.
city, we have the Baltimore metropolitan area with the D.C. metropolitan regions, and then, you know, that cultural dynamic. And here in Greenville is a little quieter. It's more of a closed community, so just seeing how people are enjoying the sun and knowing that, you know, like, once the season is gone, we're back in the cold again. And then you look back and say, hey, how did I really spend time with my friends, my family? What memories did I create, you know?
Right.
And then going into another year. So I'm really excited to be able to see how Greenville spends the summer, because I haven't really seen a lot of high activity this summer. I'm not going to lie to you, Victor. It made me want to leave Greenville to go see where people actually, like, live in life, you know, at a high level at this time of the year. But hopefully, at least the summer is warm now. It's time for us to at least balance out the plan to work. So we'll see what the summer has to offer, man. I'm here right now.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. Yeah, you're talking about the summer. You have summer plans, do you?
Yeah, I'm actually currently at a H. Boyd Lee Park.
H.
In-
Boyd
in
Lee
Pitt.
Park, you said?
H. Boyd Lee Park, yeah. It's here in Greenville, North Carolina.
Right.
There's a kind of it's a day party / barbecue going on. This is
Oh, wow.
Health and wellness, free foods, vendors giving out supplies and information on health.
Right.
So that's a good start to the day. And then there'll be a party tonight at Coco's.
Oh,
in
okay.
Greenville. So, yeah, come through, man. You know, invite the rest of the crew. If you guys need help with a ticket, let me know. But we got to at least party one time before, you know,
Right. That's amazing. I remember you mentioned something around the Pan-Hellenic or something the last time, right?
Correct. The Pan-Hellenic Greek Council.
Right. So that's the event, the festival today or something, right?
That's the host. for the fest.
That sounds like a great time, man.
It should be. It should be. I mean, it's for the organizations and for the communities as well. More importantly, it's for the friends and the family.
Right.
That's what's number one. So,
Right. That's amazing, Babatunde. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for listening and sharing your story with us. And I mean, keep listening to Pete Perspectives. We love hearing from you. We love hearing your stories. Thank you and have a good day, man. One time for Babatunde. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys around the kingdom.
Yes, sir. Yes, guys, we're still here on Awesome Radio Network, and it's still Pete Perspectives, and we're talking about culture and climate. So something else I wanted to talk about is, how where we come from, even though like there are a lot of differences, but I think traditionally there is a lot around culture and climate in those traditional places. How farmers they didn't have any weather apps or something in the time past, so traditionally they would sort of know the seasons. There is like planting seasons, and I think I actually ran into a book in Greensboro around Circles. A historian in America talked about how folks in early America lived like that, like they sort of their whole life ebbed and flowed with the seasons. So how they say time, the way we know it, is a human construct, like with clocks and watches. So where in those days they would tell time from looking at your shadow in the sun, and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking about how our own ancestors, for instance, knew when to plant, what to plant, knew all of those things. And talking about seasons, even I know I'm all over the place, but it's just fascinating talking about seasons. Patrick, let me ask you, how many seasons do you all have in South Africa?
4.
Oh, 4? Oh, for real? What seasons?
We have summer, autumn, winter, spring, which is fall.
Oh, that's so. Is it at the same time as the times over here?
No, it's the opposite.
Oh,
so
okay.
right now, US is summer, us it's winter. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's opposite. Yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. Did you?
I knew they had 4 seasons, but I didn't know the timing yet.
Yeah.
So, it snows in South Africa, right?
Yeah, it does once in a blue moon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does it snow in your part of Nigeria?
No, it
anyway?
doesn't.
Right.
Doesn't-
So I
it
think
doesn't snow in Nigeria.
Nigeria has probably 2 straightforward seasons,
Yes, for the most part.
like
we have
rainy season,
rainy season
and then dry season.
season.
But then there is like this
Harmattan.
Harmattan, I think
Yeah.
around from like November to like
Yeah,
February.
mostly like December to
February or
yeah,
something. Yeah, I
February.
think there's a whole thing around how it's this inland wave wind that blows in from like the Sahara or something, and
Yeah.
then it's super dry in those
dry,
times. It's
dry.
I mean, people get ashy. You have to rub on something.
And then it's cold too.
Yeah, it's cold.
Cold,
And
but it's very hot during the day.
and then cold at night.
Yeah, and very cold at night. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then God forbid you get injured during Harmattan. It's painful. It's
The interesting thing about Harmattan is the fact that if you go to places like most of these hilly parts,
okay, like Jos,
it's-
like mountainous areas.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and even some part of the southwest,
Mhm.
it's even like very cold
Okay.
during those periods,
Yeah.
compared to say places like Lagos.
Right.
Right. So, I experienced the Harmattan in where I schooled, for example.
Mhm.
It's quite different. So when it's Christmas time, we all go home, right,
Right.
for Christmas break
Right.
and all. So we don't get to experience. But it was a time that we resumed school. Not like we didn't get into the new year before we resumed. Like we resumed very early, and then I had to go to school in December, and it was so cold, bro. Like I was like, wow, this is strange.
Oh, yeah?
Like it didn't feel like the usual one because where I lived, it wasn't as cold as that area,
that's
which is
interesting.
quite interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, culturally too. I just thought about how it's the culture here to look at the weather.
Yeah.
Back home, like I don't know about you, but like nobody
Nah.
looks at the weather like the way
we
folks
don't
do, right?
we don't look at it for
Right?
the most part because we are not expecting any harsh weather conditions because you have an idea of what is going to
I
be.
mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if it's entirely expecting any harsh weather conditions per se, I feel like generally the culture, you know how like if you wanted to put up an event
Yeah.
next week, you have to like see what the weather forecast
Yeah.
says for next week. But like back home, I don't want to say first world problems. but
So the thing is, like I said earlier, it's different for people here
Yeah,
than people
right,
back in
right,
Nigeria, for
right.
example. Here, if you don't check the weather condition, you blame yourself when you get out.
right,
You-
that's true. Oh, okay.
I will
We
hold
have-
that thought. We have
a
another
caller on
call
the line.
now. So
Good morning. You're live on Awesome Radio Network, live on Pitt Perspectives. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, who do we have on the line?
It's Denishka.
Oh, Dinashika. Good morning, Dinashika. Good morning. How's your Saturday morning going?
Going pretty good. Going pretty good. Hope y'all are doing pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm sure you've been listening to our conversations, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. It could be a question, it could be a story, you know, it could be your own, like just your own perspectives. What do you have for us this morning?
So the heat that we have today is not the same heat that we had when we were younger.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know, I'm a millennial, so I feel like the people my age got a good balance of being outside and then being inside watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
So we were always outside when we were little, so all the time. And now it's like you have to plan your day around the sun. Like, you're not going outside from like 12 to 4 because that's the hottest part of the day. So, you know, you want to do most of your stuff either in the morning or in the evening. So, yeah, this is not the same sun.
Wow. So things have changed from like when you grew up, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For worse, I
Yeah.
imagine. Wow.
Yes, yes. I remember a couple years ago for Christmas. So, you know, this is December. It's supposed to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my cousins were like, oh, we're going to wear our new Christmas clothes. We're going to wear sweaters.
Right,
And I remember we went outside to take pictures with the family.
right.
And it was like 80-something degrees outside. We were all sweating. And it's Christmas. You know, you have that image of it's supposed to be snowing and cold
Mm-hmm.
and blissful for Christmas, and we're outside in sweaters sweating.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
interesting. That is.
Yes.
And
So the weather is much, much different.
wow. So let me just ask you, what's like your favorite season of the year? Do you have any?
Fall.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I think I could have.
Fall is beautiful. I absolutely love fall. The leaves are falling, the colors,
Aw.
the pumpkins.
Right,
You don't know whether to wear a hoodie or shorts.
right.
But either way, it's much cooler. It gives you a nice break from summer, and it's kind of preparing you for winter too.
Right.
So I feel like you can be comfortable going outside all day in the fall.
That's fascinating. So what's your least favorite?
Oh, probably summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. It's so hot. And then like
Yeah.
we live in the South, it's humid, it's sticky, it's uncomfortable. I'm like, if you go somewhere like Arizona, where it's like over 100 degrees, but
Wow.
it's like dry heat, you know, it's hot, but you're not uncomfortable.
That is interesting.
But here it's sticky. You're just gonna be sweating from the time you open the door, just walking to your car. So yeah.
That is, hey, thank you so much for sharing all that, man. We appreciate you sharing, you know.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
it's amazing. Hey, thank you for listening, and it's always amazing to hear from you, Danishika. Hey, one time for Danishika. Yeah, yes. Have a good rest
Yeah,
of your
have a good
day.
one.
Yeah.
Thank you. You too.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
yes. That's interesting. You know how some people actually look forward to the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a whole thing
There's a
around
whole thing,
summer
yeah.
body and
Summer-
all of
yeah,
that, going to
yeah,
beach vibes and
yeah.
all that. So it's amazing to find out there are folks who like summer is their least favorite. So what's yours?
Yes. So
favorite?
so that I don't lose.
Yeah.
what I was
Trying
saying.
to say
So I was
something
saying
there.
that compared to what we have,
Right.
if, for example, when you got here,
Mhm.
you had to, even if you were the kind of person that does not even like to check the weather.
Mhm.
You have to.
Yeah, it's
because-
culture. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
too. Yeah, it's the culture of the
I'm
place.
saying the culture is because the climate itself is influencing
Oh, okay.
that culture.
It looks like we have a
another
caller. Oh,
call,
that's
so
amazing.
let's have
Yes. Good morning. You're live on Awesome Radio Network. It's Pitt Perspectives. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. Who do we have on the line?
It's Bree.
Oh, one time for Bree. Yes. How's your morning going, Bree?
It's good. It's hot.
Dang. Wow.
Already hot.
Yes. So, I mean, that tells me you're not a fan of the heat.
No, not at all. Fall is like my favorite.
Oh, fall is your favorite too.
I think fall is a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
weather.
I think spring too is up there with some.
Yeah.
I don't like spring because of my allergies.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
the
pollen.
pollens, and that's also something else. You know, the climate is affecting because there's more pollens too and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely in North Carolina, it's a lot more pollen.
That is interesting. Yeah. So, Bree, we've been talking about climate and culture and how it shows up in different ways, whether it's with like extreme heat or even extreme rains. So we're curious. Tell us. It could be a story, it could be a question, it could be anything. What do you have for us?
So the other day I was talking to a friend and I was just thinking like this, like as growing up, we always played outside like every day, all day long. Like,
Oh, wow.
We never wanted to come in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to her, I was like, this can't be the same heat that we played outside
Oh, wow.
all day. It's no way.
Oh, wow.
This is the same type of heat. So I think it's much hotter now than it was when I was growing up, even though it's a long time ago. But like, it's just different, and it gets hotter sooner now. Like, I'm not used to the 90-degree weather until like late July, but it started earlier this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting, for lack of a better word. So I'm wondering now, like, uh, is there any chance it could have something to do with, like, like as kids, we don't have any cares in the world, right? Like kids typically wouldn't even care about like, the
That's
weather
what
or
I was
something.
thinking. I was like, we had to not have care, and I mean, we would play outside with no drink, no nothing. We wouldn't even care. We didn't care. We just stayed outside all day. Our parents would have to beg us to come in the house.
Oh, that is interesting. So, if it wasn't so hot, would you still choose the fall over the summer?
Yes.
I like that.
I like fall because I wear better clothes in the fall.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody can dress in the summer because it's just fashion is just not really there. Like you half naked, they think you're cute. But in fall, you really have to dress. Like you have to style. You have to apply pressure to look good. So yeah, I still would like the fall.
Wow, that is a very, very interesting. Like Ewa is rolling, like literally laughing, like it's interesting. I mean, that's a very, very interesting take too, But I'll tell you too, I like the rain. I think I don't know what seasons the rain. So what seasons is the rain for? Right?
No.
That's like more spring
More
because
spring, yeah.
April.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
April,
okay.
rain.
So when is hurricane season?
I'm sorry, say that again.
When is hurricane season though?
Oh, hurricane season is like at the end of summer, the beginning of fall.
Oh.
So it'll start in like August and then September.
Right. Wow, that's it's hey, Bree, thank you so much for sharing, man. It's amazing to hear from you as always. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. So what else do you have for the day?
Oh, nothing. I'm going to stay out of the heat, but I do plan to get in to the heat a little later this evening. I'm gonna go to the Greenville game.
Oh yeah, Greenville United game.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time. GUSC. Yes, it's going to be amazing. Yes, looking forward to getting a win today. And thank you so much for calling in and listening to Pitt Perspectives. We appreciate you.
Of course.
Yes.
Have a great day, guys.
Yes,
You
you
too.
too. Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
amazing.
Yes. So before I
Yeah.
let me just let me wrap it up.
Oh my God. AY is
So
Yeah,
the weather influences the culture. Like
Yeah,
that's the point of what we're discussing.
Yes.
So
yeah.
the reason why you will not check back home is because you know the weather you're expecting is not going to be extreme or
Yes.
harsh.
But
But
then,
here, even if you do not want to, by the time you go out on a very
bro, I
cold
see
day,
that too. There is also the, first world problems, bro.
Yes.
no, I won't call it first world problem. I think it's more of the weather itself dictating what you should do.
Yeah.
So if I dress like this in Nigeria, I can dress like this in Nigeria all year long, January to December. I can't try that here.
So what I mean is, some people just don't like have more pressing things to deal with on a day to day versus like having to check the weather.
No,
I
that's
mean,
not-
some
that's
people.
not-
I'm not
that's
saying
why.
I'm
I
not saying
think
it's why.
The
I
reason
think
why
it's
people
also
check it here is because
okay.
the climate itself dictates that you check
Yes.
it. If you
Okay.
decide not to check it, by the time you go out dressed like this on
Yeah,
the winter,
yeah.
on the normal winter
Yeah.
day, tomorrow nobody will teach you. You will do it. You will check.
I know some people are listening and they're like, yes, AY is right. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so talking about that, I remember the first time I came here when I moved here newly. I wasn't used to the cold, like, and it's this whole thing around ACs. You don't like mess with the controls and all. So I remember the first couple of days I had to turn up my stove and literally like roast myself by the stove.
Man.
Yeah, I mean it's. Ooh, what did you say? Cave, bruh, don't do me like that. But it's amazing now that I mean, I have some friends over. I have a friend, particularly this particular friend. Anytime he comes over, he's like, man, you need to turn off your AC, So he's feeling like I used to feel then, which is amazing. Hey, man, it's been an amazing conversation, guys. We enjoy spending time with you all. We'll go on a quick break right now, and we are still live on Awesome Radio Network. See you after the break.
Hi, my name is Tracy. Thank you for listening to Awesome Radio 107.5 FM.
Yes. We're still live here. This is the home stretch. This is the the final stretch of Peak Perspectives, the movement. And I just wanted to say it's been amazing, just hearing you all calling. It's also amazing, even talking to folks in the community and then, knowing that they listen and, they tell people, word of mouth has been one of the things we've had going on for us. I mean, if you have an amazing topic, I mean, if you have something you want us to talk about on the show, feel free to reach out to us across social media. It's Pit Perspectives on all social media. You can also email us at hello.pitperspectives@gmail.com. And we have a lot of things in the works too. We are planning to, get to video, like podcasts, so you can be able to see all our handsome faces,
And if you want to see it right now, you can go on.
We actually live
Awesome
on
Radio.
Yes, on the Awesome Radio social media platforms,
on
Yes,
YouTube,
I mean
YouTube
it's-
and Facebook.
Yeah,
for now,
that's amazing. That's great stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Great stuff, guys.
I'm waiting for the day we're going to put up that poll.
What poll again?
The poll for which is the best voice. Talking about voices, I think I've been quiet for the
Patrick-
most part today.
I mean, you always half asleep,
No,
so it's
no,
not,
it's not that. It's that I tend
not
to
a
listen
game.
to others more.
Bro,
more
you
than
don't,
others.
bro, you
Well,
don't
I mean,
listen.
we
don't
have
let
we
me
have
even
callers.
use-
for the
Yeah,
most
we
part.
have
I don't think
callers.
anybody has really
Bro,
spoken
don't
that
even
much
let
today.
me start with you, bro.
Yes.
Talk about listening. Patrick,
Yes, listening more than Victor for the
listening.
most part.
You listening in the same sentence.
Yes.
Bro, don't even go. Hey, don't let us start letting the
Yeah, I was
cats.
actually gonna have my take before we go. I know.
Okay, you can actually
We're
do it.
supposed to go.
No,
to,
you're good.
Yeah,
We can.
we're supposed to go to
Yeah, let's do it.
upcoming events. But my take was that, funnily enough, most people prefer winter over summer, even back home.
Oh yeah.
Because I used to have this friend of mine. I asked him, "What's your favorite weather?" And he said, "Winter."
Winter.
And reasoning is, when it gets really cold, the colder it gets, the more clothes you can put on.
Okay.
You can keep up with it. But with summer,
Oh,
the
yeah.
hotter it gets,
Yeah, the
even
less clothes.
yes,
Yeah,
even
okay, I see
as
that.
much clothes as you take off, it's always gonna be very hot.
I see what
And
you
you can't
mean.
really change that.
So sorry to cut you. This event just reminded me my first day in the United States, like
Yeah.
my very first day. I was coming from the airport, and when we were like going to the neighborhood, I saw a man like bare chested.
Yeah.
Wasn't putting on any
Right.
shirt. It was just jogging in the sun. I'm like, why is it wearing?
Yeah, it's not normal, right?
Yeah, it didn't feel normal to me. Like,
Yeah.
why is someone just running
Right.
down the street without?
Without a shirt.
Well, look
yeah.
at you now, right?
No,
What?
that's not me.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think something else I found fascinating. I think someone had shared with me that a good number of the hurricanes actually take off from the coast of West Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't even believe it until I had to read up about it and how the waves start off from West Africa and then at some point they meet like warmer water, like water with like more air pressure or something that's warmer, and then
Yeah.
it takes on a force, and
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, that is geography for you.
it's I mean it's pretty fascinating, and even how different places experience these things differently. I mean, take the snow for instance. So bigger cities that are in places where there is enough snow, they have infrastructure around those things.
Yeah.
You know, it could be things, you know, like that break up the snow and snow mowers or something. But in places like this, because it's not a thing, our readiness for snow, that's why, you know, once it starts snowing, you know, everything shuts down because there is no infrastructure. And I think I fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor fell.
Victor, I call it a tattoo on his leg now.
Bro, my enemies are hard at work, bro. I can't. The moment I mention something unfortunate, they are happy.
No, we're just pointing out the obvious.
Bro, you're not pointing any obvious. You guys are ops.
Well, I mean, I think there was this stuff that you put on the road, like
Yeah.
for the ice to melt.
Yeah,
quickly.
I think
the
it's salt
salt.
too or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And I
it
heard
was-
it's risky driving in. I think it's something. There's
Yeah,
something
it is
and there are
risky.
snow tires
like
too.
the
Yeah.
frozen snow or something like that's
Yeah.
glassy because there's no friction.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
going to,
skidding, you're going to
skid,
skid,
yeah.
and then
you
so you
skid
know
out
it's- yeah. What?
Okay.
Oh yes,
upcoming
yes, yes.
events,
It's been
guys.
an amazing time, you know, with you guys. Yes. So, Ewa, what do we
So
have?
yes, the first event we have here is the world famous Greenville United.
Yeah.
FC.
Shout out to UFC. Yes.
So yeah, Greenville FC is playing at home tonight by 6 p.m. at
7 actually.
Oh,
yeah,
7
yeah,
p.m.
7 p.m. Kickoff.
Yeah, my bad. So 7 p.m. at JP2 Catholic High School Stadium, and there will be food, drinks, bounce houses, and you know,
Yeah, it's a
those
family
interesting things.
Yeah,
happening there.
and then we have Bethel Library grand opening is happening today from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a ribbon cutting at 12:30 p.m. and there will be food, music, and fun for the whole family.
Yes, as always, Pitt County Farmers Market is always open every Saturday morning. Support local farmers and get fresh produce, you know. Yes, I think there's also like some free summer lunch programs available for kids across Pitt County. You visit pitt.k12.nc.us for pickup locations, you know.
And if you're hosting an event or know about something coming up, please you can reach out to us.
Yep.
As far as the events are free for to the public,
Yep.
you can always reach out and
Yep,
give you a
we'll
shout
help
out
give
here
you a shout out
on the
here on the
show.
show. Yes.
Yeah.
As we wrap up today's show, you know, we typically have like our weekly inspiration for the week. And this week, we want you all to know that resilience starts with awareness, you know. When we pay attention to the signs around us, whether it's, you know, nature, like we've been talking about also, or community, you know, like, I mean, which is what we are all about, or each other, we learn to rise together.
Yeah, and
You
we've
know.
got what it takes to face these challenges.
Yeah.
And together we are stronger, wiser, and better prepared.
Yes.
Yeah, and while this summer heat roasts us, oh, you know, actually, funny thing, I've always said that this heat
Yeah.
is God's trial for us, for those of us that don't behave and repent
Yeah,
of our
you
sins.
don't.
Anyway,
Yes,
stay
you're
safe
out of
and
town,
we're out
yeah.
of time. Yeah.
See you guys next week. We love you all.
Bye.
Bye.